Hey, what up? My name is Dej Kuchla, and in today's video, I want to talk about is NYSC a waste of time? So I went for NYSC in the year 2012, and in 2012 when I went for NYSC, I lost opportunities, but it never dawned on me, and I will tell you what I did and why it was, a waste. But today's not about me, but it's about how to know if NYC is a waste of time or not. I will tell you just two stories, and you will know after the stories probably it's a waste of time or not. So the first one, I am not really familiar with the story. I just heard it from someone. Probably I heard from the owner of the story, but I did not pay much attention. So what happened? This lady went, no, I remember where I got the story from. She was the lady we were working together after I graduated, after my NYSC. So I went back home, and I was working as an editor for a magazine company called Dynamic Magazine. So when we were doing this work, I was just like the lead, the top person. You know why? Other people were salespeople, and one of them was just the secretary, and I was the editor. So I collate everything about the magazine. So then this lady was making money from bead making and chain making. There is this wire that they used to do, they used to make necklace, and this wire is, I can't remember the name they call it, but it's glittering like gold. So when you use it, like, they can use it for different things, and it's beautiful. So she was making money from this, not only for people doing wedding, birthday, and some other events, even some people that just want to look good. So her name is Fumi. So we were like she was the one making the most of money among us all. Yeah, because she was doing that on the side. I have what I was doing on the side, but it was something that take my time, that takes me to appear there. So when I'm not here, I'm there. So it's more of my time than her. It wasn't more of a time. It's more of a time too, but she comes to the office, do the normal thing she was supposed to do. When she gets home, she has like 1 hour, 2 hours to relax. She's doing the beat again. Me, my time I'm spending there, when she has that same time, she's doing a beat. When they go out to talk to customers, when the customer is busy and they have to stay for like probably 20-30 minutes before they see the customer, apart from brainstorming among them on what to tell the customer, she's working on a beat. She's making money. So sometimes she'll be like, okay, I'll be back. She's gone to the ministry, she's gone to school, she's gone to offices, she's gone to banks to talk to customers to get, some of them would have contacted him. She wanted to go get her money. I don't know, maybe you understand what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is that she's making money on the side apart from what she does. That she get paid salary for every month. So then I was like, how did you start this? She said she never knew anything about this until she went for NYC. And when she got to NYC, she learned it from the side or something they call it. I can't remember, I'm sorry. So that was where she learned it from. And when she learned it from there, she was like, okay, I need to get good at this. So she learned it there. She found, she looked for someone who they were together in that training, who knows it better than her, who has been practicing before. She learned more, and when she graduated, she left the NYC. It's 3 weeks, and out of these 3 weeks, you were taught about that, like probably they start from second week to the third week, and the third week, I think you're not gonna do it for the whole week. Just it's not something you do actively for the whole 3 weeks. I don't know, maybe it has changed. So she said what she did was, when she graduated from there, she went out to learn from someone else, and you know what? She became good at this, and she's doing well. She was making money from it, and she was even getting ready to buy a plot of land because she had the money. And what she was thinking about is, if I go ahead to buy a plot of land, who's gonna marry me? All this talks like, okay, if you're rich before you get married, as a lady and stuff like that. That's not the topic for the day. But what I'm trying to say is that she got this knowledge from this NYSC, and she began to do well. That's number one. Number two, there was this man that I heard his story from his elder brother's friend. So when they got to NYC, what happened was that, like everybody, you just do you. It's an opportunity to meet a lot of people again. So you just do you. So there was a guy there that would not talk in the room. He would not talk to anybody. He goes alone, comes back. No friend, nothing. But this guy was there observing him. what is wrong with this guy? He would never talk to anybody. He wouldn't do anything with anybody. Why? Then he approached him. What's your name? Then they exchanged name, and then I was like, you don't have a friend, you don't talk to anybody. Hope no problem. That guy was like, oh, no problem, I'm fine. It's just me. I'm not a sociable person. I don't talk to people. Okay, so okay, no problem. I just want to know. So this guy was forcing himself on him, just to relate with him, make him feel okay, make him feel good, and a lot of things were going on in his mind, but that he knew that okay, he's not ready to associate with anybody. Then when it got to the stage, there was one day I heard, I didn't hear the story from the first, second, and the third party. I heard it from the fourth party. Don't forget, the elder brothers, this person's elder brother's friend told me, this is the person, this is a different person. So he said, this guy was going somewhere one day. He said he observed that this guy would just leave the room or the hostel and go towards a bush. When he's coming, his shirt will be different, it will change, and he would always come with a bag. What's going on? And the bag will be filled with food and every other thing, you'll know later. Then it was like, what's going on? The first time, the second time, and the third time, this guy decided to trace him. So he was going, but he never knew anybody was coming behind him. But this guy was coming behind him. He saw the cars parked, like cars entourage, then this guy went there and they opened the door for him, and he was like, what's going on? Then he mellowed, low key, no problem, I don't know what's happening. So when this guy came back, but he did not let him stay. So when he came back to the store, he went to him, hey, sorry, I need to ask you some questions. I saw something and I want to know about it. And I was like, what did you see? He said, I saw you going towards the bush, towards that area. And what did you go there to do? He said, nothing, I was just taking a walk. He said, no, you went to do something. I saw cars and I saw people. And some of these people were in military uniform, so I knew it wasn't a bad gang. What's going on? And this guy was like, okay, I observed that you're intelligent and you're kind of a good person, and I will open up to you. And he told him his name, his full name, because he never told him his full name before. He just told him just one of his name. And he got to know that his dad was one of the serving ministers at that period. Are you kidding me? That's your name? It's like, that's my name. Wow, okay. Tell me more about you, I want to know you. And he said, yeah, I'm ready to tell you about me. That's why I told you my name, because I never did it to anybody. Then he began to tell him about himself, and he's like, okay, I will not tell you much, but we're gonna do something together, and you're gonna know me more. I was like, okay, no problem. The next thing was that this guy took this guy home during NYC period. He got the time, he got he asked for permission, and they went home to the dad's house. When they got to the dad, he said, hey dad, I want to introduce my friend to you. And the dad was like, are you kidding me? This is the first time in your life you will ever tell me you have a friend. God, you must be special. And this guy was out of the conversation. The dad and this guy were now in the conversation. What did you do? Who are you? Then he began to ask him questions. But this guy is an army guy from, outside from school. Then he told him, okay, we got to meet in the camp, and then he told him how he was able to force him to be a friend. And the dad was like, you're a special person, and be my son's friend, I will make sure I do my best to make you happy too. And that was it. You know what happened? They went back to camp. Before, I think a few days after, the dad called him that, can your friend do so contract? We have that contract and I want to help him to do that. And the friend was like, oh yeah, dad, he's gonna do it. Then he came to his friend, hey friend, I have this opportunity, my dad just called me, I don't know if you can do this contract. And the guy was like, I would like to do it, but I don't have the capacity, I don't have the money, I don't have anything to do it. And the guy said, oh, you have the capacity, you have the knowledge, but for the fund and everything, don't worry, it will be settled. And I was like, How are we gonna do it? So don't worry. They awarded the contract to him. All he did, in fact, they gave him the proposal, they gave him majority of the thing. The only thing they did was just to fill in the information and necessary things he was supposed to fill in. And after that, they awarded him the contract. He was like, okay, I've been awarded the contract, but no money to execute it, at least the first percentage to start. So don't worry. The dad gave him the account number, everything he needed. He went to do that contract. Even before they left camp, he went to buy a car. He took it home. And the parents were like, what did you do? Just 3 weeks in the camp, you came home with a car. I don't know, like, since then, this guy made sure that even after the NYSC period, they asked him, where would you like to work? He said, a bank. The dad called his choice of bank. They gave him unemployment, and since then he's been moving from one place to the other. He's rich today. He built his house in Lekki, Lagos with this guy. The houses are not far from each other. Where did he get that from? NYSC. So from these two stories, I've told you a big story, I've told you a small story. I want to know, it depends on what you want to do, what you want to do. I lost the same opportunity. I never knew, because when I was in NYC, I met people, but something failed me, and I will tell you that in other videos. I don't want to take much of your time. I want to make it short so that you can get them, assimilate them, and act on them. Thank you once again. My name is DJ Kotula, and leave a comment here if there is anything you would like to know about NYC that I remember or that I can get information about. I will definitely do it. Leave a comment here about your opinion about this video. Thank you.